I want to thank everybody for coming out for this great cause. I'm Leo. I'm actually a Metro Police employee. I'm a law enforcement support technician, what they call LEST, which is funny because in Polish that stands for just a plain old secretary. Except I got balls. But I wasn't always a Metro employee. I had many jobs. I used to work retail. You know, they don't drug test when you work retail. I could never figure out, do people work retail so they can smoke weed all the time? Or are they smoking weed because they're working retail? At one point I was a TSA agent. I had a lot of celebrities come to my lane. One time O.J. Simpson came through my lane. And this was after he got arrested for stealing his own shit at the Palace Station. And this is a true story. He comes through my lane and he's got metal knees, so he sets off the metal detector. I was like, okay, sir, I'm gonna have to hand wand you. I need you to go like this. I need you to step right over here, killer. But I took my job seriously. They put a Polak in charge of national security at the TSA. You guys know what TSA stands for, right? Take your scissors away. Thousands standing around. But I got divorced recently. I married an Asian girl. The marriage only lasted 3 years because she didn't get along with my other girlfriends. We're still good friends though. The other day one of my Filipino friends was asking me what are the TSA rules of flying with a small dog on an airplane. And I was like, dude, I don't know, I haven't worked there for so many years. Plus you're going back home to the Philippines, that's a long flight. I'm sure they're going to feed you, you don't have to pack your lunch. I can say that joke because I married a Filipino. You know, the minute I got to the States, I came down with the Asian fever. But I like all sorts of girls. Like my favorite girls are white girls because when I get to know them and they find out I'm from Europe and I have an accent, they always hit me with some mathematical equation. They go, oh, you're from Europe? Or I'm from Michigan, but I'm quarter Irish, half German, half French, part Dutch. And I always sit there listening and I'm like, how about Polish? You got any Polish in you? They go, no. Well, do you want some? It usually works. But I recently joined a brand new online dating site. It's called blackpeoplemeet.com. I'm actually doing pretty good at it, you know, because I did it because I felt bad for the sisters. Feels like lately don't nobody want to date the sisters. I don't know why. Somebody got an attitude. You know who else I feel bad for? Are the Asian men. Like, who the hell is fucking the Asian men? Because it isn't the Asian women. I want to tell you guys, growing up here, I came down here when I was 15 years old and I spoke no English. And people were being racist towards me right in my face and I had no idea. They were like, hey Polak, come here. You're a freaking Polak, aren't you? And I was like, yeah, because the word Polak in Polish language means a person from Poland. So, yeah, I'm a Polak. Then they were like, how many Polaks does it take to screw in a light bulb? And I was like, I don't know, only the rich people got electricity back home. But I love living here. I love Vegas. The dating scene in Vegas is kind of tough. It could be tough for a guy. The ladies, you gotta wine and dine them and spend money and all this stuff. I was seeing this girl for like 3 weeks and nothing happened, right? Finally, after about 4 weeks, she gave it up. Well, by then, I was so excited that I came immediately, I put it in. I just busted a nut right away. Then she starts laughing at me. She goes, huh? You didn't even last a minute. I was like, bitch, I lasted 4 weeks, 3 days, 2 hours, and a minute. You better get your facts straight. So my Filipino nephew, he comes over to my house sometimes. He's actually older than me, but he calls me Uncle Leo. I don't know how that happened, but he's always using my personal care items. He's always like, Uncle Leo, can I get some deodorant? Can I use your cologne? Can I get some hair gel? I was like, dude, you can keep the hair gel, you know? But the other day, he comes over and he says, Uncle Leo, can I get some chapstick? I was like, no man, I'm not going to give you my chapstick. And he's like, man, my lips are so dry. I was like, well, he's like, no, how about some Vaseline? Can I get some Vaseline? I was like, yeah, man, there's a big jar of it right there on the nightstand. Go help yourself. And I want to leave you guys. I want to leave you guys with one question, since I have all of these law enforcement personnel in front of me. Like, I have this one question. I could never figure this out. Why is weed still illegal? Because I ain't no chemist, I'm a Polak, right? But to me, Tylenol is a drug, Levaquin is a drug, oxycodone is a drug, but marijuana is more like a cross between fruit and a vegetable. And I think this is my time. I want to thank everybody for coming out, and